Have you ever said, I'm fine, when your heart was anything but? Spirit wants to help you heal the disconnect between what you feel and what you show, so your inner and outer worlds finally align. Hello, Divine Collective, and welcome back to Oracle Rose Healing Tarot. Today's message is all about emotional integrity, learning to honor your feelings while staying aligned with your highest self. Emotional integrity means being truthful about how you feel, expressing those feelings with compassion, and refusing to hide behind false peace or forced positivity. This reading will help you heal emotional dishonesty, embrace vulnerability, and stand confidently in your truth. I'm here to help you heal and grow and shine. These readings are general, so grab what resonates and let the rest float away. And they're timeless, which means if they found you today, it's right on time. Welcome back. Hey guys, thank you for being here. So, we're going to be talking about emotional integrity. Okay, I got that out there. It came up for me in my healing journey when I was dealing with several people who kept wanting to be in my energy but wanted to keep up with a fake or false persona or a mask. They didn't really, they wasn't telling me what was truly going on with them. And so that made for a lot of gaslighting moments, narcissistic abuse, a whole lot of things. And I think also in those situations, I might have been uh, telling myself I was okay when I really wasn't going through those things because it took me a moment to get out of it. Okay. All right. So I do want to go ahead and jump into the reading. But of course, before we do that, we're going to always do a prayer and clear the space. So if here comes the bell, just mind your ears. I give thanks to the Most High Divine Spirit for being here and for surrounding us with healing energy and for guiding today's messages. And by the grace of the Most High and the Holy Spirit, this space is filled with love, peace, light, and all energies that do not serve our highest good are transmuted into love, healing, and renewing energy. Now let's step into this reading together. Okay, and so we're here. I'm going to go ahead and just get one deck, one more shuffle, and kind of get my table ready here today. I hope everyone is doing good today. I am. I am actually having a wonderful day. And so I just wanted to get on this table and talk about some healing because, in tarot world, there's always those messages about what other energies are trying to do to pull you out of your north node into the south node with them. And a lot of times I just don't see how that's so helpful. Okay. So today we're going to be stepping onto this reading, and this one is going to be called, is a guided tarot reading called The Heart and Truth. All right. So we're starting out with the first question out. What is the current state of the emotional integrity that you're currently in? So we're going to ask Spirit, what is the state of the emotional integrity that the collective is in? And what we're getting here is that we're in the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, now as the first card out, even though it's a minor arcana card, being the Four of Pentacles in reverse is just, it's a fear of losing or releasing control, maybe. So that could be where you're at emotionally. You may feel like, um, you know, you're resisting in your healing journey, resting or having more faith in the journey itself. Okay. You might be still holding on or hiding pain behind a smile. But Spirit wants to remind you vulnerability is not weakness, it's courage in motion. Okay. So if you're in this type of energy where you're fearing that you're going to be uh, fear of losing money or fear of losing control or just fear of being unstable financially or what have you, Spirit's trying to tell you that being in that worrisome energy is not going to improve it. So the best is but being in a positive energy to receive and turn this around would best serve you. And some of the things you can do, you could have become more honest with yourself and others. You have to be honest. You have to always stand in your truth when it comes about whatever's going on in your life. Spirit knows when you're being honest. You know when you're being honest. Spirit is proud of you that you're building emotional strength through truth, not through any other form but truth. Okay? It's very important for the healing because you're never going to know exactly where you stand if you're not being honest with yourself. Okay? And so we're going to ask Spirit, what emotions um, is collective avoiding or denying? What emotions, and that's too many. Give me 1 second. What emotions, Spirit, Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit came out here. So in talking in emotions, okay, with the Hermit card, um, in this reading, I would think it would be more around thinking introspectively about your own emotional integrity. Like, inside if you're being most honest with yourself and others in any given moment. Okay. And you also know when you're not being honest, the real truthful reason why you're not being honest with yourself and others in the moment. Okay. And that's where your shadow hides. Okay. And that's where you got to ask yourself, why are you doing that? Okay. Now, there's a couple of things you can do. All right. Now, you're identifying some emotions that once scared you and naming them to give them less power. So, some of the things you can do is name those emotions that make you uncomfortable and what they might be teaching you. Okay, just like I said, you're you're not being honest. You're feeling resistant in your spirit. The Most High knows everything that's going on with you, you know, and so you got to ask yourself. And also too, try a 3-minute honesty check once a day. Name one real feeling you're experiencing and why. Start to be honest with yourself and forgive yourself for whatever you're feeling, because guess what? You are human and I am too. And we're going to make mistakes. We can't worry about external validation. That's why I did that reading on external validation, because a lot of dishonesty with self and others come from seeking external validation. Okay. So, but there may be some other things. So we're going to ask Spirit, what truth does the collective need to express to restore balance between these two energies here? Okay, we're going to ask Spirit. Okay, and this one came out here. We got the Seven of Cups. Okay, so Spirit is saying that you have to restore Seven of Cups energy, all right, in order to, as a truth. Okay. Now, if you're thinking of Seven of Cups energy, that's imagination. That's when you're making good choices. That's when you're dreaming big and your imagination is on point. However, your imagination should be in alignment with your highest good, because that's how you manifest. Okay. So if you're imagining things that are not in your highest good, that's not going to be a truth. But in here, you are reclaiming with this Seven of Cups energy. You are reclaiming your voice and releasing emotional buildup, a sign that the spiritual maturity is growing in you. And that's a good thing, because you're going to find yourself more happy, more relaxed, more at peace with yourself and others by embracing this type of energy. Okay. You can, and I would say, just and imagine that this type of energy is something that you need to start to embrace a little bit more. Truth should always be the mantra. It should be if you're going to die on a hill, let it be the hill of truth. You know what I mean? Write a letter expressing your true feelings. You don't have to send it. The act of just writing frees your energy. Write your true feelings. Even if you don't want to tell everybody else what your true feelings are, You can write your true feelings and do like a ritual where you do like a prayer over them and just burn them if you don't want anyone else to see them. But once you heal and become more authentic, you're going to see with yourself and others, you're going to see how important it is for you to share what you've learned and how you've experienced it in your own unique way with others, because it's going to reach out to others. Hopefully, like how I'm helping or hope to be helping here. Okay. All right. So we're going to ask Spirit, how is Spirit supporting the emotional honesty? And we already know the Spirit loves truth, but let's just ask here, Spirit, how, and the strength card is here. Spirit says you're going to be supported. Spirit is supporting you with full strength in this journey, in truth, in truth, in truth. Meditate on divine light. Imagine Spirit sitting behind you and just listening to you without judgment, whatever you say. And the more honest you are, the more pleasing the Most High is, no matter what you say. Because the vibration of you feeling honest and being honest and feeling that is bigger than the words you're saying in any given moment. And Spirit will always support that. Okay? Spirit will always support that. You can feel divine peace holding you through every wave of emotion. Spirit teaches that truth heals faster than silence. Okay? And in the cases where you can't speak truth, silence is the better option. All right? But we're going to ask Spirit, thank you for that too, Spirit. How can the collective communicate emotions in a healthier way? Okay, because now that we're going to be truthful about how we feel, remember the thing is to express with compassion. All right, so we're going to ask Spirit, how can we do that in a healthy way? Okay, and I had too many come out. They're going back in the deck. Give me 1 second here. All right, and it was a Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, a Queen of Wands in reverse. So the question is, how can you communicate your emotions in a healthier way? All right, and what we got was the Queen of Wands in reverse, which is more like um, it could be abrasive energy. However, Spirit, as if we're doing this in the healing reading, then that means pay attention to when you're being abrasive, okay, and when you're overreactive, or when you're overreacting, or when you're overwhelmed, where you know communicating with others will not result in a beneficial result for you because based on your energy. Okay, you have to let yourself know um, that a healthy way is if communication feels hard, spirit, the Most High encourages you to pause before speaking. Healing words come from calm, not from controlling people, not from trying to overtalk people, not from trying to be the only one heard in the room. Healing comes from peace and calm, and it's our natural state. Okay? You can practice some I feel statements instead of you did this, you did that, you did this, because all that's going to do is keep the fire burning. Okay? But if you talk about honestly about you, what you know more than anyone in the room in that moment, how you feel. You don't know how others feel. You think you do, but you don't. You know how you feel. And when you stand on business and you let people know how you feel, and you say that with honesty, you honoring yourself and the Most High. Okay? Use those use those I feel statements to express your needs without blaming people. You are in control of you. You are the captain in your ship. You are the head of your own rescue. Okay? So just remember that. And Spirit's going to support you. The Most High is going to support you. Anything good that you do that's aligned with the Most High, you will be supported. Okay? So, and we already know we're on a healing journey, and sometimes we're healed. There are points in this journey where we're going to be healed. We're going to be past things, but as energy moving through this 3D world, there's going to always be opportunities to grow. And when we're growing, usually there's space in there for healing. Okay? But in this, we're going to ask Spirit here, what lessons is the soul learning through this process? So what lesson is our soul learning through this process, Spirit? And we got a Queen of Swords. Okay. A Queen of Swords. So a Queen of Swords in this reading, I'm going to say in the upright, in this reading, we're getting discernment. Okay. She's sitting up there. You see how she's looking, pointing out there? See the truth, and that's what it's about. Being true inside, identifying what's true inside, and then expressing outwardly, compassionately as we integrate and with others, you know? And discernment is a great gift to get on this type of journey when we're trying to deal with emotional integrity. Okay? It's exactly what it is, integrity over your emotion. All right? And so that's what Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying that you're learning discernment. You're realizing emotional honesty deepens both love and boundaries. Truth and peace can coexist. They can coexist together. You can still be truthful. I didn't say right. I said truthful, and peace can exist. Okay? All right. And so with this energy here, I would say reflect on moments when being emotionally honest improved your peace, even if outcomes were uncertain. Just think about it. Just think about those times when it actually improved the peace around you. Okay? It's worth more than gold, especially on the nervous system, especially on every other system that the body runs on. Whenever the longer you can sit and have a peaceful days, the better off you are. The longer your days are. All right, so we're gonna ask Spirit, what future energy awaits when we live in this emotional truth? Okay, so Spirit, we already thank you for this energy as well and these answers and messages here. Spirit, what emotional truths await us in the future? Okay. All right. And it's the Fool in reverse. Okay. Now usually the Fool is taking, new beginnings. Okay. But in reverse, it could be um, something resistance to change. Okay. Now, whenever we're on a new journey, okay, in the future, that resistance gonna come up. That ego gonna show again. It's gonna show. It just is. It's overnight. If that piece feels far off, Spirit says keep showing up with honesty, because the right energy will always meet truth. Okay. In the beginning, it's going to be like, oh, see, I'm trying to be truthful and people don't want to hear the truth. They can't handle the truth. No, it is not about others. It's about you. It's about you and how you feel when you tell the truth and what type of energy you are in when you do what you need to do. And then we lead by example. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is pull out some of these oracle cards they call mystic forests. Okay. Asking the Most High, Divine, and the Holy Spirit to bless us with messages on emotional integrity. And so it's the spark of light. Don't sink into hopelessness and despair. For in your lives, a spark of light that is undefeated and unbeatable. You can overcome everything your destiny depends upon. Okay. Thank you, Spirit, for that. I'm going to get some more out here. Let's see what else we can get. All right. Authenticity attracts, and that's what we're talking about. We can't make this up. We're talking about being authentic in our emotions, having integrity. Integrity means being real. Authenticity means being real. Being authentic means being unique, being you, not being somebody else, being you. And what Spirit is saying is authenticity attracts. Being authentic attracts the right people and repels the wrong ones. When you stay true, you naturally filter out those who don't align with your path. Can't make it up. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, and we're just going to take one more on this here. Emotional integrity. One more message for the collective. Trust your feelings. You are unique. Your destiny is waiting for you to write your story and pave your own path. Follow your heart. Don't let others dictate who you should be. Emotional integrity. You know what? I'm so grateful for that reading. I'm so grateful for that reading. And so I just want to let you know there are a couple of Bible verses that are true to this reading for me. One is Psalms 51:6. But you desire honesty from the womb, teaching me wisdom even there. Okay? And another one is Proverbs 4:23. Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Make sure your heart is expressed the right way. Okay? That's part of guarding your heart. All right? Emotional integrity isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. Spirit invites you to live in truth, to let tears cleanse and words heal. Your emotional honesty isn't a burden, it's your bridge to freedom. Thank you for sharing this space with me. May the guidance from these cards continue to bring you peace, clarity, and healing. Remember, the light you seek is already within you. If this message resonated, please like, share, subscribe, and join our healing community. And until next time, keep nurturing your spirit.